You wouldn't last in my shoes. You wouldn't last in my shoes. This is a deep, deep spiritual message that God has got me doing. But yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes. And humbly speaking, you wouldn't last in my shoes. Now, a lot of people truly think like, on the surface, when they see certain individuals and description of people and stuff like that, they think that, oh, this person is not really going through anything, or they don't really know what they're talking about and all that stuff. But no, you wouldn't last in my shoes though. And God is, having me say certain things concerning this matter, limitedly, limitedly too, limitedly, I would say, And yes, that is an unusual word, but limitedly. And yes, you wouldn't though. You wouldn't last in my shoes because, see, the thing is, my shoes are authorized by God. And I'm not talking about nothing physical and all this stuff that you people are just not going to really, majority of you people and beings will not understand. But my shoes are authorized by God. And it's on some supernatural personal stuff. This has nothing to do with other people, and this has nothing to do with other followers of God either. If I'm being real, it doesn't really have nothing to do with that stuff. So yeah, I mean, you wouldn't last in my shoes though. You wouldn't, because, and God is going to allow me to share certain things. You wouldn't be able to handle the warfare I go through. You wouldn't be able to handle the devil, and you wouldn't be able to handle what God is telling you to do and telling me to do and all this stuff. You wouldn't be able to handle it. And the stuff that God be telling me about stuff and myself as well, like you wouldn't be able to handle this stuff is what I'm trying to tell you. So that's why you wouldn't last in my shoes. And there's many more reasons I can't even fully share, but I'm being led by his spirit to share what he wants me to share. And yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes. No. I don't I don't care what you think. This is not about me once again, but you wouldn't last in my shoes. Yeah, you wouldn't. A lot of you individuals wouldn't. Because for one, like, you guys just don't believe the stuff that I believe. That's the thing. And the people who profess and claim they do, they don't. Let's be real here. They don't. And God knows this stuff already. That's what you gotta understand. So this is why you wouldn't last in my shoes, because I already mentioned the few reasons why. And I'm not gonna mention too much concerning this, but I'm just telling you, you wouldn't last in my shoes. And the stuff is deep, because many people are gonna be at the gates getting judged by God, and they're going to wonder why, certain things concerning me, of why I, have access to things that they don't, and all this stuff like that. But once again, it's dealing with, you wouldn't last in my shoes. That's what the stuff is dealing with. And this is a very humble message, believe it or not. But you wouldn't last in my shoes. You wouldn't last in them, And that's just a real matter, because this stuff is truly ongoing. This stuff is much more deeper than a lot of you people know. But yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes concerning this stuff, is what I'm saying. And man, I mean, the stuff is truly not a game, but you wouldn't last in my shoes. It doesn't matter if you're a family member. It doesn't matter if you're any particular individual hearing this. You wouldn't last in my shoes, And I'm just being real. So before you judge on the surface and look at certain things on the surface concerning me or any other particular follower of God too, God is leading me to say that. But more or less, this is focusing on me right now concerning this matter. You wouldn't last in my shoes, You wouldn't. And God is leading me to say more stuff because, yeah, I am spiritual in him. I'm spiritual in him. Not all this other stuff that's going on. Not that new age stuff. No. It's not about all this other stuff. No, I really am spiritual in him. And you wouldn't last in my shoes. I'm just going to leave it at that. You wouldn't. And this is a humble message, because a lot of people, like, they're in pride, if I'm being real. And these people, they get a little bit of like power that God allows them to get for certain time frames. And just overall, he'll give these people certain power. And believe it or not, these people are being tested with the little power they have. And yeah, once again, you just wouldn't last in my shoes though. I'm just focusing back on that. You wouldn't, because there's a lot of stuff that I deal with behind the scenes that you people don't know about, and you people will never know about. And God will show certain individuals, and other people he's not showing. I'm just being real with you, regardless of when we get to the judgment and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, this stuff is spiritual, and yeah, a lot of you are not too. That's another reason why you wouldn't last in my shoes, because you guys profess to be spiritual. You're not spiritual though. You're not spiritual in God, the God of Israel, and Jesus Christ too. That's another thing. You guys are not spiritual in Him and them. You're spiritual in other things, and that New Age spirituality is not what I'm talking about. And God wants me to be very transparent. That crystal stuff and that energy and all that stuff. No, that's not of Him. And that's what you got to understand. No, that stuff is not of God. And God is going to punish these other individuals in different ways and on different levels. But the point I'm making to you is, yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes because this stuff is deep. And no, I'm not no perfect person and all that stuff. Once again, no, I'm not. But I am pure, and I am pure in Him as well. That's what you got to realize. Yeah, and much, much more surrounding that. But yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes because I truly am spiritual, and I truly have endured and got through things that many of you people would not ever get through. That's what you got to understand on a spiritual level, though. And there's much, much more to get through and stuff like that. But overall, you just wouldn't last in my shoes. So don't judge some shoes that you will never be able to fit into, because you would immediately take the shoes off, That's the thing. And this stuff gets deep. And the devil knows this stuff too, believe it or not, too. The devil knows that you people wouldn't last in my shoes either. I'm just being led by God saying this too. But the devil knows that you people would not last in my shoes either. Many of you people you may look at me and just look at me on the surface and in the flesh. God is leading me to say that. But you don't truly know what I go through or been through or different things I've endured for God, even in the past too. That's what you're not understanding. So this stuff is very, very deep, seriously, because you got a lot of you people, you're so judgmental, and God is going to judge you for that too. That's the thing. God is going to judge people who are judgmental and hypocritical, more or less, because you can judge things if you are a spiritual being. In Him, though, not all this New Age stuff. You got to be spiritual in Him, and you cannot like fake this stuff, is what I'm telling you, because God is the one who does these things overall. And he is the one who brings people into His kingdom and all that deep stuff, but you cannot fake it and all that stuff, and you could try to, and you're gonna fail, is what I'm telling you. You're gonna fail, because this stuff truly is spiritual and is deeper than you know. And this stuff is not for everybody. But yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes, more or less, a lot of you individuals. Any of you people hearing this is what I'm saying. You would not last in my shoes, and I'm just being very real. And yeah, I mean, the stuff gets deep because the devil knows this stuff too, is what I'm trying to tell you. And a lot of you people compare yourself to people, and I don't truly know why you do. So, and there's nothing wrong with comparing and contrasting, but the thing is, when it comes to you hating on somebody or envying somebody or anything of that nature, that's when it's a problem. Male or female or any other being hearing this, and this has another reason to do with why you people wouldn't last in my shoes, because you guys compare and you guys look at stuff on the surface, but you guys would not do the things that I've done concerning God, is what I'm saying. And for God too, for Him. That's the thing about this. For Him, I did things for Him that you people would never do, and I still will do, always do. In every realm, is what I'm trying to tell you. And you people don't understand that type of stuff because you're so used to religion and all that stuff in church. And all this stuff is going to perish, is what I'm trying to tell you. More or less, because this stuff is deeper than church and Christianity and Christians and all that stuff. This is deeper than that when it comes to God and the devil, is what I'm trying to tell you. This stuff is way deeper than that. And the devil knows. So most of you people, I'm going to say, majority of you people would not last in my shoes. I'm just leave it at that. There's a very few of you out there that may be able to, like, I guess, at least understand the shoes, but majority of you people would not last in my shoes, is all I'm saying. And this is very much a humble message, believe it or not, once again, because I am humble and people who truly know me know this. But everybody else, yeah, I mean, you will take this out of context, this type of message. But with all that being said, though, you people would not last in my shoes. I'm just going to leave it at that, and more or less, this stuff is truly, truly intense. And honestly, I wouldn't take these shoes off for nothing either. That's what you got to realize. Even all the stuff that I go through with God and the devil and the stuff that God allows concerning the devil and me and all the stuff that God be putting me through and taking me through and a test from just different things and all this deep, deep stuff I can't even fully get into in this, but you wouldn't last is what I'm telling you. You wouldn't. So don't even envy me. That's what I'm trying to tell you, or hate. And many of you, you still will. And that's fine. And God is aware of this is what I'm telling you. And he's also aware of the other people that you're hating on and all that stuff. God is paying attention to this. He knows that you're hating. That's what I'm saying. That hating stuff is not getting you nowhere. And Satan knows this. The devil knows this is what I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, this stuff is truly, truly not a game. You people hate on people, and you're hating on me, and that I have nothing to do with that. That's what I'm telling you. I don't, because the God of Israel is already aware of this, and truly I am too. That's the thing which you got to realize. But he is aware of it on a more higher capacity than me, and is what I'm trying to tell you. And he will destroy these people. Yes, he will. But overall, yeah, you would not last in my shoes, and that's all I have to say concerning this matter. These shoes are very spiritual, and these shoes are very important to God. If I'm being real, these shoes are spiritual. That's not nothing you thinking with your carnal mind. That's what I'm trying to tell you. These shoes are very spiritual, and they're very, more or less just spiritual, man. Man, this stuff is deep, man. And just for lack of terms, yeah, this stuff is spiritual once again. And a lot of you people are not. And a lot of you people will not become that either. And that's the crazy thing about this, because the thing is, like I said, you guys, another thing God is leading me to say before this video is more or less closed and all that good stuff. But yeah, a lot of you people, you wouldn't be doing the things I do for God is what I'm telling you. And this is outside of this platform too, is why I'm trying to really emphasize this stuff is on a spiritual level. Because the thing is, a lot of you people are not who you say you are and all that stuff. You're not. And God knows all this stuff. This stuff is very much deep, and the devil knows too. Is what you don't understand. You guys think that you're smarter than the devil and all that stuff, and you're not. The devil is way, way ahead of you people. And this stuff is truly not a game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you guys underestimate this guy as well too. All that stuff and all the stuff that I'm saying is real. And yeah, I mean, you just wouldn't last in my shoes is all I'm really saying, man. You guys would not be doing a lot of stuff concerning God and for him is what I'm trying to say too. You wouldn't be doing these things, and God will destroy a lot of you people. That's what I'm trying to tell you too. And he's also allowed me to share certain things that I've done. Yeah, I do a lot of things for God. I pray for many people who you don't see. Like there's many people I pray for. There's many people I pray for. There's many things that I do concerning God too. I can't share everything, but the more the less, yeah, I do pray for a lot of people. And certain people I don't truly want to pray for it like that, but God has me doing it anyways. And God is allowing me to share this because the thing is that a lot of you people think you're just going to go to heaven because you love God. And I'm telling you, that's not enough. Concerning God, it's not. It's good and it's okay to love him. Yes, you should love God for sure. But I'm saying it's not enough. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And many of you people may ask, well, what is it what must I do? I mean, man, honestly, there's nothing you can do, more or less, because God is in control of all this stuff. But what the little things I really can say concerning this matter is, yeah, I mean, you can, and you do have the will to repent and follow him, yes. But overall, this stuff is in his control is what I'm trying to tell you. So there is not too much you can do because this stuff is already written more or less as well too. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you wouldn't last in my shoes because this stuff is deep, this stuff is spiritual. And yeah, I see and hear things that other people don't hear and see too. That's another thing. And humbly speaking, because this stuff is real. And I keep telling you crazy people, you people who think you know something, I keep telling you that this stuff is real. And man, you will see for yourself, more or less, as God authorizes these things. And then some of you won't see it, but you will experience it to a certain level. But, most of you, certain beings are already judged by God. So this is why I say it the way I say it. But I mean, yeah, this stuff is deep, and many of you people hearing this, you will not be in heaven too. God is sharing this right now concerning this matter. You will not be a part of heaven. This is a deep, deep message because, yeah, I mean, I just have to be led by his spirit. But I'm telling you, a lot of you people who are hearing this will not be a part of heaven. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say because, like I said, God has it designed a particular way. And yes, repentance is required to make it into heaven, but it's much, much more than that too, is what you got to realize. And yeah, many of you people will not be a part of heaven, is what I'm trying to tell you. You won't be. No matter if you think you will, or you think all these other people are in heaven, all this stuff. Yeah, there is truly people in heaven, yes. But a lot of you people are not going to be there, is what I'm telling you. And a lot of you are just not a part of heaven's agenda either, is what I'm trying to tell you too. So yeah, with all that being said, this is a very deep spiritual message, but you would not last in my shoes. And I'm telling you that now, you wouldn't. And majority of you people, some of you people would understand it, and other you people just would take the shoes off, is what I'm telling you. Because there's a lot of deep stuff that comes with that I did not even mention in this particular message and video and all that stuff. But anyhow, yeah, you would not last in my shoes. And this is on a spiritual level. So with all that being said, I'm out.